Hello, my friends, and happy holidays. It is the 19th as I'm recording this. It should be out the same day, but I hope you all are doing well. Today, I wanted to talk about some game updates that have happened recently, as well as some slight controversies around Game of the Year, and everything that's happened with that. So, strap in, we got some things to talk about. First, the Cyberpunk update. Yes, another one of these. CD Projekt Red seemingly is constantly saying, "Oh, we're done. We're not doing any more with this. We have closed the lid. We are now in the planning phases of Cyberpunk 2." Lies. They cannot stop. It's like an addiction. But recently, they have put out a bunch of fixes and even new features to the game, and I am always looking for another reason to play Cyberpunk, to be honest. So here's another one. This update includes 19 metro stations that have been unlocked for V to be able to transfer between, which previously in this new added subsystem it was actually pretty limited on where you could go, so that's nice having that really opened up. You can now listen to the radio while you're on foot, be able to invite your love interest to spend time at your apartments, and there is a new entire feature where you can take the color of anything you're looking at and apply it to the car that you are driving. This isn't every car, mind you, but a handful of cars available in the auto fixer shop in game. And this is even on top of some more customization for your characters in the first place. And they're even adding more dynamic events at different intervals and different quests to more implement the driving systems and gun systems that you can now fire from your car into the actual action, into the story. So that's really cool to see too. It might actually be quite a different experience to play it through again. Even improvements to Atom Smasher, where he can use the Sandevistan now, which is a terrifying thought. But anything to make him feel like more of a boss is welcome, because he needs to be the boss of all bosses. Especially after Edge Runners. Edge Runner gang, I see you. I feel you. Best show ever. But moving on from that, we got Helldivers. Helldivers has been through quite a roller coaster ride since its release in February. This game is seemingly at the top of the world, and then something happens to bring it back down again, whether that's the devs themselves or the publisher, Sony, and their pressing of making everyone have accounts through, account linking and screwing about 177 countries out of actually playing the game. So, great job, Sony. But recently they have released a new update, and this one is quite the banger. The Illuminate has finally arrived, and to my dismay, they weren't there when I logged on. But this story is actually really funny, because they weren't there because all Helldivers heard the call to arms and showed up and kicked their ass, and they were gone. They wiped them out. That's exactly what happened. And so now in Helldivers lore, upon first being defeated, that was just a probing party. They're just scoping it out, scouting party. You had to say something because they tore them up. And so now we're actually in the waiting phase of them to come back, which is kind of awkward, but also is the charm of the live service type of feel to the world that they're going for. So I'll be on the lookout for when they come back, because I did get to fight them once when I jumped on console. I played one game. I did not get to capture that. But the Illuminate are pretty cool. I enjoy them. I like the new the new faction. It's cool. They're not like the Illuminate in Helldivers 1 though. They are a bit different. And if you're looking in between the lines, there is some lore implications with these Illuminate forces that are actually pretty terrifying. Now, the big thing I want to talk about that's been going on this week is Astrobot. Astrobot won Game of the Year, and I am happy for them. For one, that is fantastic. And in my opinion, Game of the Year is just, to shine a light on something that went above and beyond, and it did. And every other game in that category went above and beyond for its genre, for its style. So I'm not one of those that's going to say this doesn't belong here because it's a card game. Balatro absolutely belongs there with how many people sing its praises on the regular. I have not gotten to play it myself, but I know how it works. I've watched people play it, and that looks like I could lose some time, so I haven't committed to that yet. Still in that Baldur's Gate 3 run, so I can't be ruining my momentum, guys. I'm almost there. We're almost there. I'm almost got my video formed. Stay tuned to the channel, that's coming. But Astrobot, oh boy. I do think that any of the games could have been announced and it would have been a good thing. I have not been able to play Black Myth Wukong yet. I have not had the time yet to play that beginning to end, so I haven't started it. Other than that, every other one up there for Game of the Year, I have some experience with. I don't think it's a bad thing that it won. I do think people who are upset about it are valid in their opinions, that to them it's not worth Game of the Year because maybe it doesn't seem like anything special from the outside. And I totally get that. From the outside, especially people who are not Sony fans, look at it and be like, dude, this is a giant ad and it just screams corporate ick. But it's actually quite the opposite. Astrobot takes all of the best things about kind of being married up to a console for the longest time. For Sony kids, that was meant, you were enjoying things like Jak and Daxter, like Ratchet and Clank, like Onimusha, SOCOM, just all these bangers. Legend of Dragoon, like go back even further, man. Chrono Trigger, all of these like things that are known for being on the Sony system, being celebrated in another game is just wonderful to see. And from the outside looking in, I absolutely do see it. I see that like, oh, that looks weird. But trust me, it is charming. The animations, the creative mini games and situations, and let's not like beat around the bush. Like, it is essentially an evolution of the Mario formula. A lot of this has Mario DNA, but a lot of other things share DNA with a lot of different things, like Crash and Spyro and things like that. So do I think that it's just a Mario ripoff and that should just invalidate its existence? Absolutely not. That is ridiculous. It is absolutely derivative in some ways, sure. But in my opinion, taking the best from the best and improving on that formula, doing something else with it that is your own, is like how you move forward. Like how evolutions happen in the first place. So we can't just be like, oh, that's like this, that means, oh, this is bad. No, that's not how creativity is shown. Sometimes creativity is built off of something existing. And so that's my 2 cents on that. I think Astrobot absolutely deserved that. And I have had a fun time playing the winter event that just dropped, which I will be filling this spot up with gameplay from, which I hope is very entertaining to be watching. It's great to have the holiday themed updates in just about anything, and the last thing I expected to have a holiday update was Astrobot. I actually thought the, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 speedrun levels that they released, that was gonna be it. But apparently they're not done. They're just gonna keep adding stuff to it, and I'm here for it because collecting those little bots, man, that can be addicting, and having the different characters pop up is always a joy to see them in their little animations. And oh man, my boy Spider-Man coming in this one, that was great. And as a special note, I love that they're hanging out on the top of the PS5. That is wonderful. A wonderful detail, especially when you smack them off of it. But anyway, what are some games that y'all like to play during the holidays, if there's anything specific? Or what are you just going to be playing over the holidays? I'm going to be playing Helldivers too, for sure. And if anything gets picked up around the holidays time, I'll be playing that too. Hopefully I finish out Baldur's Gate 3, and I can start making a video on that. I also have a project coming up with Days Gone, because Days Gone has a special place for me, and I would love to make a video on it because that is a very loaded topic. The short version being, I'm from the native area it's made from and based in. So I have a different kind of perspective on that one that I think some people would love to hear. So if you want to stick around, if you want to hear about that and hear about anything else I'm up to in the future, sub and like this video if you enjoyed hearing me rant on about some things. My next episode should be up around the 2nd of January, just after the new year. So I guess I will talk to everyone then. Have a good new year and have some happy holidays, folks. I will talk to you later. Peace.